You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Is fruit bad for your diet? You should know that the advice to eat plenty of fruits and vegetables is great for you.
I just hate his voice already. He's such a sales bro. He's gonna sell pest control after. There are not a lot of real chiropractors on. I'm just curious.
That's more just for clickbait. Real.
Clickbait.
This
I'm
is
a
not
real
just a
chiropractor.
chiropractor.
I'm a real chiropractor, specializing in more sports medicine, and this is Hailey.
Hi.
We're going to be looking at what people say for diet advice. So first one from Ryan Humiston.
And the truth is, diets are better done as sprints. So reframe the way you think about it and take care of your current day and win the week. Because thinking anything beyond a week, 99% of people will be like, take my foot now. And every week you need to install a light at the end of that dieting tunnel from hell by implementing a refeed meal. You'll be amazed at how much harder you can push yourself and how much more you're willing to suffer knowing that you have a scheduled time you're going to be able to relax and enjoy yourself every week.
How do you feel about that?
It makes sense. Like, don't eat the elephant all at one time. Bite by bite. Like, take it slow. See a little bit of progress, and then as more progress shows, you'll be more confident in keeping up the pace you have.
I would agree. So the big thing with diets, the thing that makes them fail, it's not possible to keep doing it. But if you give yourself a chance, like he's talking about, to take a break, relax, I think that small incremental improvements over the week and then letting yourself splurge isn't the worst strategy. Because really, for anything to be successful, whether that's an exercise regimen, a diet, or any kind of change in habit, it has to be something that you feel is achievable and that's enjoyable enough in the moment for you to want to continue. Otherwise, you get into this yo-yo dieting issue, and that's where you get really bad results.
If you say, I am not having sugar, I am not having chocolate, that's all you think about, that's all you want. So if you have a day that you're like, I can have some chocolate,
Not too
it might
shabby.
be okay.
Yep, no, I agree. I'm not a huge fan of diets in general, but I get it. Okay, next one, Vince's 5 best tips.
Is fruit bad for your diet? You should know that the advice to eat plenty of fruits and vegetables is great for you.
I just hate his voice already. He's such a sales bro. He's gonna sell pest control after.
This is exactly where many diet books and trainers and dietitians run into trouble. They recommend eating fruit because of the high vitamin content, but they completely ignore fructose. Is fructose good for you? That answer is unfortunately complicated. There's no doubt that fruits offer a slew of health benefits, vitamins, minerals, fiber, and phytonutrients. But the fructose complicates the issue for most people, especially women. Well, guess what? These same rules apply to a lot of vegetables as well. And I know it's enough to make your head spin. How can you possibly know which fruits to eat, how often, and how much?
Well, you can start by looking at the glycemic index, I suppose. I've seen other things from this guy where he's like talking about being a big donut dude, and it just pisses me off.
Yeah.
Because really, at the end of the day, the best diet is having natural whole foods. It's just the facts. So
And fruits and vegetables are natural.
they are. They are. And also, every person is going to respond differently to a diet or to specific foods. So someone who is a type 1 or type 2 diabetic absolutely is going to have more insulin spikes, which is not what we want if you're eating a lot of fruits, somewhat sugars or vegetables as well. But I think we're talking a little bit too crazy with that. Like, really, you want to have a good, nutritionally dense diet. I don't know, I'm kind of put off by him with anything.
Everything in moderation.
It is, yep.
Yeah.
And fructose is a sugar, and he does have a point with that there is fructose in there, but it's a whole lot better than donuts. That's all I can say.
Yeah.
Why you shouldn't eat clean.
What do I actually recommend? Well, first of all, I like Helms' suggestion that rather than excluding bad foods, focus more on including nutrient-dense foods. So yeah, do make an effort to eat more fruits, vegetables, grains, and healthy fats, but don't feel like you have to totally eliminate all junk foods or any specific foods from your diet. And that's true whether your main goal is health fat loss, or both. Now, when it comes to fat loss, we know that there really aren't any magic fat-burning foods, except kiwis, just like there aren't any magic fat-storing foods. Ultimately, fat loss comes down to putting yourself in a net caloric deficit over time, and to a lesser extent, eating enough protein. People often try to mystify fat loss because it's more marketable when it's mysterious, but it really is that simple. Every diet that's ever succeeded at causing fat loss has one defining feature in common: a caloric deficit.
He's right on point.
Yeah.
Absolutely right on point. I have nothing to say to that except for, well, even the kiwis was right. Next, day in the life of aggressive fat loss with Chipotle and Nutella. That just sounds gross.
So I finished the triple steak 1,200 calorie Chipotle bowl, and it's crazy how effective this is. People are killing themselves doing super low calorie dieting and doing tons of cardio, and here I am eating Chipotle and about to have Nutella, and I'm getting lean, and it's super enjoyable. So this works so well because we're in the calorie deficit, we're getting sufficient protein, and we're doing a diet that we love and can stick to, and just you lean down every day, and there's no willpower. So we got some eggs cooking up, and now we're gonna have the English muffins. We're gonna cook these up and have some Nutella on it.
So my first question is, why was he holding a camera when someone else was looking at him from a different camera?
Yeah.
It's just confusing.
Not a lot of real content with this. It is very important and valuable to recognize that you need to eat enough calories to keep your body from going into starvation mode. Your body is adaptive. It's going to look at your environment. It's going to look at what's coming into your body. It's going to look at your requirements for your daily activities.
Yeah.
And from there, it's going to gauge where to allocate its resources. So if you are starving yourself, that's actually one of the worst ways to lose weight. So he's right in that regard.
But is he getting enough to fuel, like, he didn't say anything about what his workout
He's not talking
looks
about any
like,
of that.
but it's like, are you eating enough to fuel your energy to get through what you need to do for the day, or are you just barely meeting your mark of what you actually need to eat to survive?
Yeah, he doesn't talk about any of that. He also doesn't play into the fact that he's, what, a 25-year-old male?
Metabolism's
Whose
fantastic.
stress levels. The takeaway from this is that you definitely do need to have enough calories and protein in order to sustain your body and keep it from going into starvation mode.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Greg. That was honestly kind of painful to watch. All right, beer and bourbon. Let's see what you got.
What do you do for recovery? Do you cryotherapy or saunas or anything like that?
Nothing.
Do nothing? Really?
No, nope, nothing.
How come?
I don't know. Because I haven't really needed it.
Yeah. You should just get a sauna. Get a sauna in your gym.
Yep.
Just that alone. Mm-hmm. Get a sauna and an ice bath.
Yeah. I drink beer for recovery. That's a nightly ritual. I will not be able to function if I don't.
How many beers?
Usually around 4, but they're good quality pints,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not chug-a-lugging NASCAR soda by the case.
Right.
Barley pops, but good quality IPA, stouts, porters, that kind of thing.
You just live for it?
Yeah.
That was great.
Wow.
I do not drink alcohol. I don't think it's a very good thing for your body, generally speaking, not only for the weight aspect, but for others. That's an interesting one, though. I remember, so there are blue zones all across the world where people live to be the healthiest and the longest. One of them is Okinawa. I remember watching a documentary, and they asked this one lady what her secret to longevity was. She was 102, and she was like, oh, I just drink sake every night.
Every night.
So maybe there is something to it. When it comes to recovery, calories, protein is so essential for rebuilding your tissue.
Yeah.
The beer would function for that.
Interesting. Make sure it's good quality, though.
Yeah, not, what was it, barley pops?
Yeah.
Pop pops? Not a huge, I'm not going to recommend that one. Sorry, guys and gals. There are 9 nutrition rules.
My rule number 7 is to make sure you consume fast digesting carbs after every workout. It's the only way to properly recover and drive more of that carnitine and creatine into your muscle cells. That's going to help with strength gains and maximize your gains in muscle mass. Rule number 8 is to always consume before and after every workout branched chain amino acids, beta-alanine, betaine, and creatine. These 4 nutrients are the most critical to consume around your workouts, as they're going to lead to the best recovery, and that's going to enhance your results.
I mean, if gummy bears is the best post-workout snack, I mean, go for it.
You know what the funny thing is? He's actually right.
Yeah.
After a workout, you have what are called GLUT4 transport that open up in your muscles, cells specifically.
Mm-hmm.
So generally speaking, whenever you eat, your body is trying to put the sugar into the appropriate places, right? That can be, so for example, you wake up, you eat a bunch of pancakes or whatever, that sugar is going to go into the gut, be absorbed, and it's going to be placed wherever it's needed. So typically that would be in your fat cells for storage.
Mm-hmm.
However, after a workout, that's when your GLUT4 transport is going to open up the muscle cells. So your muscles are actually the most receptive to receiving sugars as well as branched chain amino acids that he was talking about, among other nutrients. And so he's actually right about that. You want sugars in that particular moment to kind of help increase the amount of insulin in there to really optimize the amount that is going into your muscles.
The donut after a workout, okay?
A good time.
All
It's a
right.
good time. Probably
Before
the best
the
time
workout?
to eat a donut
Is after.
is after. Yeah, before it spikes your insulin levels and it's probably not too good for you.
But afterwards,
But
you
afterwards,
hit that.
that's when you have your cheat meal. Not my preferred way. I prefer like blackberries, but I'm
But
also
a
a snob.
Donut is okay.
I would like to say no to that, but he's right. And then the other things that he was talking about, creatine is like one of the most well documented, researched supplements out there for recovery and for increasing muscle strength and mass. So yeah, I actually agree with his stuff there so far. I wonder what his other ones are.
Yeah.
Didn't see that one coming.
No, I did not.
Yeah, gummy bear it up or donut.
Or donut.
Takeaways, that was interesting. There was some really good recommendations and some really crappy ones, or better said, kind of hyped things that, yes, those things are right, but it doesn't mean you're going to turn into the Adonis body. What do you think?
I think, yeah, everything works hand in hand. Diet and exercise together.
Mm-hmm.
You can't just eat or not eat. You gotta do both.
There are a lot of different diets out there. So, the carnivore, paleo, keto. There's so much biochemical diversity in us that some people are going to respond really well to some things, some to others. So I know people that thrive on vegan diets, for example. And I know of people that they would literally die if they were to be on that diet. And you think it's like the most healthy diet out there, but it's not for everyone. For anyone to come in and say that this is the absolute best thing that you can do or the worst thing that you can do, really is not a good way to look at it. You have to be able to look at your own body, you have to see what your body responds to, and there are so many other factors too, right? So the stress levels, hormones. Following and adhering to one specific guideline for whatever your goal is, whether it's to be buff and ripped and get all the ladies, or if it's just to be healthy too, like you have to kind of play with and see what your body responds best to. And also recognizing that diets can be really dangerous as well. So you have to be cautious with that.
Yeah, I agree.